Now, Wave 31 Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Taylor Knust with 31 Triple Doppler.
We're in the middle of another 31 alert day, one of several this week.
Yeah, and things really just aren't cooling down at all once the sun goes down.
Yeah, I know that's the tough part is we don't get much of a break overnight. Our current heat index of 113 in Huntsville is as high as it's been so far this week. So currently it's about as bad as it's going to be the rest of this week and has been, but definitely need to take the precautions if you have any plans to be outside these next several days where we will continue to have these 31 alert days in place. It's in effect today, tomorrow, and on Saturday, with more forecast highs in the mid to upper 90s and a heat index that could climb as high as 112 the remainder of this afternoon as well as tomorrow afternoon. Saturday, we're expecting the heat index to top out around 108 or 109, which is just barely an improvement from what we've seen these past couple of days. Here's where we stand right now. Temperatures generally are in the mid 90s. It's 96 in Fort Payne, Decatur, and Muscle Shoals, but those heat index numbers are brutal. 113 is what it feels like in Huntsville, 111 in Athens, feeling like 105 at this hour in Fayetteville. And we're not going to see a whole lot of relief from the heat index later on this evening as well. At 8 o'clock, as those football games are ongoing, we are still feeling like the 90s or the upper 80s across the Tennessee Valley. As we head into the overnight hours, those heat index numbers only briefly drop to the 70s. By midday tomorrow, we're back at it with triple-digit heat index values and climbing as high as 112 in a couple spots as we head into Friday afternoon. 7 o'clock, those kickoff times for local high school teams that get going tomorrow, still dangerously hot with those heat index values near 100 around tomorrow evening. So an excessive heat warning continues for the counties highlighted in pink. That's for most of you near and west of I-65 until 8 p.m. on Friday. Heat advisory continues for northeast Alabama for that same time frame. Actual forecast highs tomorrow are in the mid to upper 90s. The farther west you go, the higher those temperatures will be. 99 in Muscle Shoals, 98 in Decatur, 98 the forecast high in Huntsville as well. The record high for tomorrow's date is 99 in the Rocket City. We will likely fall just shy of that, but still, that gives you some perspective on just how high this heat is across the region. Once we get to 8 p.m. on Friday, we will transition from the excessive heat warning back to the heat advisory, and that will last all the way through 7 p.m. on Saturday. Not quite as muggy at that point, but still we're anticipating those heat index numbers to be at least around 105, possibly higher in a couple of spots. So the dangerous heat continues all the way through the start of the weekend. Highs will be in the mid to upper 90s again to kick off the weekend, and then finally we get at least a little bit of relief on Sunday down to the low 90s at that point, and we will have a decent chance at some afternoon rain to cool us off at that time. I do want to get to 31 triple Doppler real quick. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in northwest Georgia, just on the other side of the Alabama-Georgia state line near DeKalb County here. So the less severe part of that storm is impacting far northeast Jackson County and diving south. Heads up if you live in DeKalb County, from Mentone down toward Fort Payne, you might get some of this stormy weather here within the next hour or so. Hopefully you avoid the severe part of this storm and just get cooled off by some welcome rainfall in those locations. Another downpour just south of Scottsboro, another one south of Fort Payne as well. The one that was in southern Madison County has since fizzled out. Bottom line, if you live in the northeast quadrant of our area, you have at least a chance at a brief shower between now and 8 o'clock. Once we get to sunset, that rain threat's going to be done and we'll be dry for the rest of the night. Similar situation tomorrow. Between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. we'll have a chance at a handful of those pop-up showers and storms that should clear out shortly after that. Saturday's looking dry for the most part for the time being, and then heading into Sunday, we do look like we'll have a better chance at some scattered storms in the afternoon and the evening hours that we'll have to watch out for. After that, we'll see a cold front move through, and that's going to knock our highs down to the 80s, and check out the overnight lows. 60s in the forecast for Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, and Friday morning. Thursday, in particular, looking very comfortable with those morning lows in a handful of spots in the upper 50s. So back to that little taste of fall coming our way here 1 week from today.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Seems like an eternity away.
I know.
But we will get there.
We will.